Welcome to the Don't Get Fooled Show with Big Rear and Ace NFL Week 6. All right, let's go, Ace.
Bam. All right, boys and girls, NFL Week 6. I cannot wait, Big Ree. It is going to be a juicy weekend. The money train is starting to roll. We're here on Week 6 now, and you get a grasp of how the teams really are. It was a wild first couple of weeks, and things have settled down after last week, and so cannot wait, Big Ree. It was a juicy weekend. Juicy weekend. But before we get into the episode, I want to welcome everybody that's new to the channel. Thank you for joining in. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and then comment. We love the comments. Best part of the interaction with the DGF fam.
Yeah, and get the merch right there below. I just ordered my hoodie for the winter. Winter time is coming.
I got the zip up.
Yeah.
I just got my zip up in I think last week it was. And I have the other one, but the zip up is solid. So get your merch, good quality merch. I think everybody's commenting the quality's solid, and we were talking about in the college, but you got to get that mug, get that DGF mug. Get that abuelita in there.
Yeah.
Hot chocolate. Winter is coming, boys and girls. You want to have that DGF mug. Imagine watching football with your hot abuelita, hot chocolate, in a DGF mug. Nothing better than that.
Cannot beat that.
All right, boys, let's go. Let's get into the quote of the day. Quote of the day. Look at misfortune the same way you look at success. Don't panic. Do your best and forget the consequences. Once again, quote of the day. Look at misfortune the same way you look at success. Don't panic. Do your best and forget the consequences. This is by Walter Alston, baseball manager. Big Ree, how do you feel about the quote of the day?
Yeah, I love it. Because then it's never good to panic, because then you get more worried, and then it makes it getting worried isn't going to do anything. Panicking, and then the consequences are going to be the same either way.
Yeah, I agree. So you just can't, I agree. I mean, I love this quote because sometimes people have a lot of success and they're super excited and super happy about it. But, it's the same thing with if something bad happens or misfortune, is you can't panic and be like, oh, it's the end of the world. And, this stuff happens in life, boys and girls, and do not panic. Just stay calm, and you just got to keep going, right? And, you just do your best. And I think just forget about it. You got to forget about the consequences. Forget about that. Just keep moving forward. And I think it's just a very good quote, because everybody's not on the same spectrum sometimes of the success spectrum, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, I would say there's more people that you run into on a day-to-day basis, whether it's in your circle, people you meet that are trying to advance in life that are already there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like somebody's like, oh, I'm trying to start some business, or I'm trying to go back to school for my degree, or trying to get a graduate degree, or I'm trying to I'm working at this company and I'm hoping I get promoted, or whatever it is, right? Or oh, I had this issue happen, it's okay, and now I'm trying to move forward and get a second chance or restart. And so most people are always looking at that, and I just feel like everybody's experienced negativity, misfortune, bad luck, whatever you want to call it, downfalls in their control or not. And so you just don't panic. I think that's the key, man. I think once you start panicking, it just really messes up your decision making.
Yeah, for sure. Agree 100%.
You got to just stay even keel and just, look at it the same way. Just do your best. It's all you can do. I think if you just do your best, don't panic, things will work out, man. You can't always be at the bottom.
I agree 100%.
That's the reality, right? Like, you can always be at the top. Doesn't mean you will be, but you're not always going to be at the bottom. So you just got to have a plan, believe in yourself, and move forward. So that's the quote of the day. Let's get into a recap of last week, Big Ree. I went 1-1-1 on the video.
Yeah.
I won 1-1. I regret that Green Bay pick the Rams pick, even though they played well. But, so 1-1-1 in the video, 2-1 in the Thursday night video.
Yeah.
And 4-1 in the Circa video.
Yeah.
And so it was a great weekend overall. in Vegas. But yeah, just that Rams pick kind of.
Yeah, it was a rough week for me on the vlog. Some people called me out, and I don't hide when I do bad. I went 0-2-1. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, Big Ree. You're gonna rebound. That's why they call you Rebound.
Yeah.
It's your nickname, Rebound.
Yeah.
Ree always rebounds from this. Start off Thursday night. What a game. Falcons and Buccaneers. 36-30. Falcons won in overtime.
Yeah,
and
that was crazy.
unbelievable walk-off, 40-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah.
That was great. It looked like they were done, and they came back in the fourth, outscored Buccaneers, and what a wild game.
Yeah.
Great way to start the Thursday Vegas trip, I'll tell you that, though. So that was great. That was a good game. Falcons moved to 3-2. Vikings, let's get into this, Big Ree. The Vikings, 23-17 over the Jets. The Vikings moved to 5-0. The Jets moved to 2-3. Jets had a chance to win this game. They just couldn't do it. Your boy,
He's not my boy.
Your boy here, your former team's quarterback, had a couple of bad interceptions, right? And
yeah, he blew the game. He had the chance to. He had I think 2 interceptions, or 3.
Had the opportunity.
He had the opportunity, and he blew it.
And they couldn't get it done. And as a result, breaking news this morning that the Jets have fired Coach Robert Saleh after 3.5 in his 4th season. And I guess first you already know I got a lot to say on this whole topic.
So I'm gonna let you go all
I want you to.
No, I want you straight up.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. First of all, it's no surprise that I've been saying for a long time that this guy, Robert Saleh, is not the guy for them, right? So it's no surprise that this guy got fired. Not at all. I'm not surprised. I've been saying that this guy, I've been watching his press conferences, his coaching tactics, that this guy he's not gonna be the guy. So I'm not surprised by this move, but let me make this loud and clear. If everybody can hear this, Coach Robert Saleh is not the reason why the Jets stink. Okay, the Jets just stink. They are just a bad football team, and they are underperforming. I will agree with that they have more talent. They should be performing better, but Robert Saleh is not the problem here.
Yeah.
Okay, first I want to make that clear. Does that mean, he shouldn't be the coach, but that doesn't mean he's the problem. You can go, who's the best coach in the league right now?
I don't know.
Maybe Andy Reid?
I'd say Andy Reid.
And I think you put Andy Reid in there, that's going to make a big difference, but there's a lot of other problems that they got.
Yeah.
From the top.
Yeah.
From the top here. And, let's just start. You got the owner, Woody Johnson, who purchased the team in 2000. So he purchased the team in 2000, Big Ree. $635 million purchased the Jets. In the last 24 years, because first I'm saying this is very important to put this in context. Woody Johnson, he said, we have one of the most talented teams and we're not performing, right? In the last 24 years, they have made the playoffs 6 times. 6 times in the last 24 years. So let's not act like they're making the playoffs every year or even every other year. 6 times, 25%. They have made the conference finals twice in the last 24 years. And that was back-to-back, shout out, with USC quarterback Mark Sanchez. Okay? They have had 1 winning record in 14 years. Okay? 1 winning season in 14 years. Coach Robert Saleh, 20-36 for a 35% win rate. Okay? Not great. Who was the coach before Robert Saleh?
I don't
Gaze.
remember. Oh, yeah, Robert Gaze.
9 for 23, 28% win percentage. Lower than Robert Saleh. Who was the coach before Gaze?
That was Rex, right?
No, Todd Bowles. 24-40 record. 37% win record. 37%. So Robert Saleh in 4.5 seasons was 35%. In 4 seasons, 35% win rate. The prior 6 years, the coaches had a combined winning record of 34%. So let's not act like they were good and then he made them worse. Like, the whole organization has been complete trash for the last 14 years. So let's make that clear. Loud and clear, for the last 14 years, they've been complete trash, okay? I want to just make that as clear as possible that this team has not been good at all. And Robert Saleh, when he came in 2021, okay? In 2020, their record was 2-14. So he took over a team that was 2-14 in 2020. Then in 2021, they were 4-13. So they doubled their wins. In 2022, they almost doubled their wins from 4-13 to 7-10. Improvement again. Then 2023, they go 7-10 again with Zach Wilson as your quarterback. Zach Wilson as your starting quarterback. Okay? 7-10, and you want to blame Robert Saleh? Stop this. And then they're 2-3 this year. They're definitely going to win, regardless who's the coach. They're winning more than 7 games this year, regardless if it was Saleh or anybody else. So he was going to improve again to 9 wins or 10 wins. They have such a crappy schedule. They could easily be 4-1 right now. Yeah. Easily. You know, other than that, they blew the kick against Denver, right? The field goal kicker missed a field goal, 50-yard field goal. You blame Robert Saleh. Aaron Rodgers couldn't close this game out against Minnesota. They are 2 plays away from 4-1. So I absolutely disagree with this. But once again, everybody, you know, I'm not surprised, and I think he's a really good coordinator. Head coach, I don't know. And in the last 24 years, Big Ree, this is a stat I want you to think about and really hone in on this stat. In the last 24 years, they have only had a top 10 offense once. Once in 24 years. Not a top 1, not a top 5, a top 10 offense once. And that was, they were ranked number 9 in 2008.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez, right?
So that means they've never had a top 8 offense in the last 24 years. And you want to blame Robert Saleh? He's the reason why they can't get over the hump? This is the tone of the top. The ownership is complete trash here. They don't know what they're doing. Just because you own a multi-billion-dollar organization doesn't mean you know how to run a football team. This happens all the time. Look at the Los Angeles Clippers. They couldn't even make the playoffs for how many years under Sterling? Complete trash. You change ownership, and at least they're competing every year for playoffs, and they're making the playoffs. Yeah, they haven't made a Western Conference, but it completely changed the organization. So this happens in, we can name 10, 15 teams in every major sport that have owners that think they know much, and they don't know what they're doing at the top. Then their executive team and their management team sucks because they're hiring them, and then it's just a complete mess. And this is everybody wants New York to be good. It's a great city. New York, everybody wants New York to be good. I love New York, but dude, your owner sucks. You guys haven't been respectable in freaking 14 years. Let's not act like Robert Saleh is going to solving problems. You guys have major problems in the management team. Anything you want to throw in, Big Ree?
Yeah, I agree. This wasn't necessary. I mean, he was, and to not even let him tell the players he got the boot is even more messed up, and just escorting him out.
I agree. I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. What? Shame on you, the Jets organization. Shame on you. You have your damn head coach for 4 seasons. You want to fire him? And then you're going to have security escort him out of the building? Escort him out like he stole something? And you're not even going to let him speak to his team that he was the leader of the team for the last 3.5 years? Shame on you. That is classless, and I hope that backfires on the organization. Who wants to come and coach for a team? That's how you treat your head coach. I am absolutely pissed about that. That's how you treat your head coach. And then you want to come out and comment and say, that's per protocol. Standard protocol. So freaking... I'm glad you brought that up, Ree. How dare you? Shame on you, the Jets. And you say you escort your head coach after you fire him. Don't let him speak to the team, and you escort him out with security. That's why your organization sucks. That's why you guys have had one winning season in the last 14 years. That's why Jets. The Jets are a joke. The organization is a joke. And until they make some changes, you guys are still never going to win a championship. Let me make this clear. As long as Woody Johnson and the Johnson family is an owner of the Jets, you guys are not winning the Super Bowl. Loud and clear, mark my words. Anything you want to throw in, Big Ree?
No, not really.
I want to say Robert Saleh. These damn owners, these billionaire owners think they know how to run football teams. Being a successful, and he doesn't even fall into that group. This guy doesn't fall into the group that, he built a successful billion-dollar business. Look what his name is. His last name is Johnson. He's the great-grandson to the Johnson & Johnson family. Let's not act like you built this billion-dollar company. You inherited that, you're the heir, and then you bought this team, and you don't know what the hell you're doing. It's a damn joke. Let's fire Robert Saleh. All this nonsense, conspiracy theories, why he got fired, whatever. I don't even want to get into that. I'm not surprised there, but this has to do with the ownership 100%. Let's get into the Bears 36-10 Big Ree over the Panthers.
I'll let you go first.
Look, Panthers, Caleb Williams improving every single game. They got a good win. Happy for them. They're 3-2 now. Their only 2 losses are on the road. Caleb is looking good.
For sure.
Panthers still stink, as expected. Everyone wants to blame Bryce Young. And one thing I want to say about this is, you guys want to blame Bryce Young. Andy Dalton had one decent game. Now he looks like crap. Then they actually, they put Bryce Young in this game at the end on the last series.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Because they were getting blown out.
And he went, I think, 4 for 7, 58 yards. Looked pretty decent. And then somebody asked him, why did you put Bryce Young in on the final drive? Ask Coach Canales or Canales or whatever his last name is. You know what he said? You know what bonehead response he said? He said, I put Bryce Young in because we have some injuries to our O-line, and I don't want to jeopardize the health of Andy Dalton.
And how do you feel about this?
But yeah, it's okay to let's throw Bryce Young in there and let him get injured. What a bonehead response. This is the type of response that you do not need to hear anything else. There's nothing you need to know to analyze Coach Canales if he's going to be a successful coach. There's nothing else. You hear these kind of responses and you're like, dude, you know why this guy's not going to be a good coach. Because he says bonehead things like that. These are things that are not correctable. When you have that kind of mindset and you're saying stuff like that, in public, in front of a news conference where everybody's recording and it's going to get out there, it's just silly. What do you guys say about this, Big Ree?
Yeah, that's pretty dumb. If you're going to, even if you want to play someone, you should play your third string then, because Bryce Young is a trade chip at worst case.
Yeah, and I think Bryce Young eventually gets back at the starting position. I didn't realize there's no benefit for playing Andy Dalton here. You guys are not making the playoffs.
Playoffs?
You guys are not making the playoffs.
Playoffs?
Come on, at this point, if you think Bryce Young is so bad, you almost are better off playing him so you can get the worst pick and get the worst record and get the number 1 pick, right?
Yeah.
So at this point, you're better off playing him. That's how stupid this organization is, Big Ree. That's how much, at the top of the organization has no idea. Even if you didn't like Bryce Young and you didn't believe in him, chess move this situation, guys. Come on. Bengals, what a thriller. They lost 41-38 to the Ravens, Big Ree.
Yeah, I had this game. Lamar just wouldn't go away, and then Joe Burrow kind of messed it up. He threw an interception towards the end. They could have just ran the clock there, and then the holder messed up in overtime, couldn't hold the ball properly, and the Ravens took mad advantage of it and won it.
Yeah, I mean, look, they were up by Bengals were up by 10 with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, you gotta close out.
Close it out. And at that time, Joe Burrow 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and you gotta close it out. They didn't, and they gave Ravens a little bit of opportunity, and then they won it. I mean, Derrick Henry had that huge run at the end, and that was it. So Ravens won. It was a good game. Dolphins 15-10. This was one of the easiest ones of the week. Easiest ones. If you watch the Circa video, that was their Dolphins. You knew. I mean, Patriots are just horrible. That's why they're starting Drake May this week.
Yeah, starting Drake May.
Probably. I think I'm interested to see because I think that guy's going to be pretty decent.
Okay.
Like I think he's going to be a good quarterback in the league. So I think he at least gives you a chance, right?
All right. Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what he does. Commanders 34-13 versus the Browns. Big Ree, I want you to jump in this.
Yeah, I mean, Jaden Daniels is just balling out. He's got to be an MVP candidate at this point, and the Browns just suck.
Okay, so first is Washington for real?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, so you think they're the
They
real
have a
deal?
test this week. This is a real test.
Is they're 4-1? They look. I mean, the 4-game winning streak. They look legit, and then obviously they're playing Baltimore this week. What about the Browns? What's going on? They're 1-4.
They're just complete dumb fire. They need to trade all their best assets. I mean, they're trying to trade Amari Cooper. I think they want a 3rd-round pick. I don't know what else they can say. They don't want to bench Deshaun. They already said that.
But here's my thing. Like what I'm trying to figure out is Deshaun Watson looks horrible. Okay.
Yeah.
He looks like complete crap, right? He looks like not even close to what he was in Houston.
All right.
But is it a combination of Deshaun being horrible and this O-line being horrible, or is it more on Deshaun? Or more on they have no run-gun game either?
Well, I think it's a combination of the O-line and Deshaun sucking, but you got to get a better O-line too.
Yeah, because here's my thought. First of all, he played 6 games in his first season, right, after the suspension. So he was sitting out a whole year. Then he barely played 6 years. No, he sat out a whole year because Houston didn't play him. Then he sat out, 10 games, he was suspended. Then he played 6 games, just trying to get a rhythm, hasn't played in almost 2 years. Then he got injured last year, only played 6 games. And then this year, he's only played 5 games, doesn't have a running back, and then he's got sacked 26 times already in 5 games. I mean, that's getting sacked over 5 times a game.
Yeah.
So is that more like the O-line sucks? Is he's holding the ball too long? I mean...
Yeah, maybe he could be a better fit somewhere else, I would say.
I mean, there's a reason why they're not benching him because his numbers look. Dude, the guy hasn't even thrown over 200 yards once.
Yeah.
So I think they're not benching him because they think, hey, this guy might not be the problem. There's other major problems here.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I'm just guessing because otherwise I think this guy should have already been benched a long time ago.
Yeah, true.
But obviously there's a money factor involved. You're not gonna 230 million dead money. No, at this point it's probably what? Probably at this point it's probably maybe like 130 dead million. That's too much to just throw away.
Yeah.
Especially when the guy, he's not playing great, but he's not playing horrible. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? He's not throwing 3 interceptions a game and 50-yard complete. He's just, I don't know, man. Let's move on. Jags 37-34.
Good win for them. Barely won, though. I mean, they should have won by a lot more.
They let the Colts score 24 points in the fourth quarter.
That's a shame.
24 points in the fourth quarter, bro. I mean, it's unbelievable. They were dominating this game. And they gave up, and this was, my pick, the Jaguars, and, 30, I don't know who got it. Some people got it at 2.5, some got it at 3.5, but this was my pick. Jaguars won. They got their first win. Congrats. Trevor Lawrence looked good, 28-34, 371, 2 TDs, but I'm not surprised. They played the worst pass D in the league.
Yeah.
But good for him. Hopefully he gets some momentum. I mean, dude, they just paid this guy $275 million.
Yeah,
he's got to step up. Texans, 23-20 versus the Bills. Great game.
I mean, they were blowing them out, and then Bills came back, and they had all the momentum. And then Josh Allen had his chance, and he blew it.
All the momentum, and it looked like, and honestly, I was like, Buffalo's about to win this game.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. I was like, this is it. They're done. Texans are losing here. What's the story on Nico Collins? Is he severe injury?
Week to week, they're saying. So I don't think it's severe. Week to week is better.
They look like crap without him.
Yeah, they did.
They look like crap, and you can clearly see Diggs is not a number 1 receiver anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
He's not
Sorry,
a number
Stephon.
1. He's a good number 2B.
Yeah,
Like
2B.
him and Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Those guys are. You got those 2 guys along with Dalton Schultz, right? Is he the tight end?
Yeah.
And then you got Collins. That's a solid, right? Solid corp, but he's not a number. They need Collins back. They couldn't do anything after he got out.
Yeah.
Broncos 34-18 versus the Raiders. Big Reed. This is the surprising team for me. They're 3-2.
Yeah, a little surprised here. I thought the Raiders would put more points up, but Broncos do have a good defense, and Raiders don't have many weapons now.
Yep.
So, not.
I got to give a shout out to Bo Nix. I mean, I've been just ramming Bo Nix for all season, and this guy is playing well. And it's more impressive that he's playing well with no weapons. That's what's the impressive part. Like, they got no weapons there for him. And the defense is obviously playing great. They have a really good pass defense. But the Raiders are, honestly, I'm going to say this right now, Big Ree. You might laugh. First of all, the Raiders are a complete mess. They just got out that they benched Gardner Minshew last game. They put in O'Donnell. So number 1 problem, they're already benching their starting QB. Devontae wants out, and there's already problems there. I think Antonio Pierce has already lost the team. I don't think anybody respects him. I think this is already a bad hire. I think he rallied them a little bit last year and he got the job after being an interim tag. I think this guy already lost respect for the entire locker room. The team, this is done. Because it's when one of your best players has a rift with your coach, it trickles down. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
And you never had stability at QB. Gardner Minshew just came in. You were trying to see if he could, he's a solid, I think he's a very serviceable backup, but I don't think he's your starting QB. And I think they already have a lot of problems. They got no running back. Zamir White?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Dude, they got no running back. They got no receivers after Adams. Yeah. They got Brock Bowers, who's the rookie from Georgia.
Now Michael Myers on personal. He's leaving the team for personal reasons.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some major stuff broiling in Oakland. I mean, in Las Vegas. They're not going to fire Pierce, but I'm calling it right now. This guy is not the answer. And it's because this guy's a strong personality. He's a former player. He's a great player.
Yeah.
But there's a good and bad with that. And in this day and age, I think we're in a different crop of players, and they're not built the same way, in my opinion. And they're not just going to take this, and they're just going to shut down. And I think that he's already lost the locker room. I mean, you'll get into my pick. I'm picking the Pittsburgh Raiders game, and you guys probably spoiler alert how that's going to go. But let's get into 49ers got upset by the Cardinals.
I'll let you start from here.
I mean, the 49ers 2-3. 2-3. They lost to Minnesota. Now they lose to the Cardinals. I mean, Brock Purdy looks like crap. They got no McCaffrey. Kyle Shanahan doesn't know what the hell he's doing right now. I mean, what's going on with this, Big Ree? I mean, they had this game in hand.
Yeah,
at home.
Did, for sure. And Arizona came back, scored 11-0 in the fourth and won it. And I mean, I think you have all the pieces besides McCaffrey, and everyone's saying they rely on McCaffrey too much, which is true, definitely. And this could be a blessing in disguise, so maybe you don't pay Purdy.
It's going to be a serious consideration, I'll tell you that much. He has had his really bad last 2 games, and he's thrown interceptions, and the Niners just stink.
If they lose Thursday night, they definitely got to have some things thought over.
You know what? And let me go back. Let me go back one more thing. One more thing that I want to say, and I forgot to say it, and I'm going to say it again right now. I said this last season that if you're the Niners, you start Sam Darnold. Right? I said if you want to make the Super Bowl and win it, you start Sam Darnold. You remember me saying that? Over Brock Purdy. And you didn't start Sam Darnold. You stuck with Brock Purdy because he was playing so great, and you were such a great game manager, and you let Darnold go. Darnold's 5-0, leading the league for MVP right now. Playing great, 5-0 to Minnesota, first of all. So shout out to the Niners for making such a great move, committing to Brock Purdy. And on the second note, let's talk about the Jets organization again. They drafted Sam Darnold. They let Sam Darnold go. Great organization, right? Let's blame Robert Saleh. We drafted Sam Darnold. We drafted him and then let him go. We thought Zach Wilson was the answer. Get out of here. Robert Saleh is the issue. And this comes from a guy that's been saying for the last 2 years, Robert Saleh is not the head coach and should not be that coach. You know that. So it's not like I'm a big Saleh fan and I'm mad about this.
Yeah.
No. Absolutely a joke. Packers 24-19 over the Rams, Big Ree. Your team got a win. What do you have to say? You have to take the form here.
Yeah, I wasn't too impressed. I was pretty disappointed with Jordan Love. He's been making some bad decisions. He's got to get his thing together. I'm very disappointed. And the defense won them this game, I would say.
You know, Big Ree, I don't want to burst your bubble right here, Big Ree, and I don't want you to get too emotional here, but I'm extremely concerned with Jordan Love. Extremely concerned. The guy this season has a 56% completion rate. Okay? 56% completion rate in 3 games. 8 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's have 7 interceptions in his last 4 starts. He is throwing under 60% in his last 4 starts. I don't know, Big Ree. I mean, is it time to panic? Did they jump the gun?
No. You're paying what you think you're going to be getting in the future. It's just 5 games. I'm not going to overreact.
Look, he started off in those first, I think he started off pretty bad last year. 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Yeah.
Then he went on some unreal run of like 20 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
Played, I mean, amazing. Like, looked like he was playing Patrick Mahomes level.
Yeah.
And the last 4 games, he's not looking good. And I don't know if it's time to panic, but it's something to talk about. It's something to talk about because you don't have one game over 60% completion. That's a problem, Big Ree. It's not like it's not an outlier. I don't know. We'll see, man. But I mean, I wouldn't panic yet, but it's something to discuss. Like let's keep an eye on. Seahawks got upsetted by the Giants.
Without Neighbors?
Without Neighbors at home. I mean, I think
without Devin Singletary.
I think we figured out Seattle's a pretender. They're not for real.
Yeah.
Giants, at least they're getting some wins. I thought there's a chance they could go 1 or 2 wins in the season. Cowboys upset the Steelers 2017.
Yeah, I had the Steelers. They -2.5. They blew it here. I mean, when you have it 4th and goal and you let Dak Prescott come through, you know something's wrong.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of thoughts here on. First of all, I had the Cowboys all night, all day long. Vegas special, easiest pick. Everybody in the group that was there knows. I said Dallas. Everybody hammered it. Everybody ate on Sunday night because that buffet just tasted really, really good on Sunday night at the Wynn. And everybody ate. It was a Vegas special, Big Ree, and I know you liked Pittsburgh, but this was the Vegas special. Everybody was going to eat on a Sunday night game. Pittsburgh is just not that good. I think everybody got excited about Pittsburgh. They started off, Justin Fields. Stop it. This is just like 2 weeks ago. Everybody said, are the Jets a Super Bowl contender? Are they for real? Are they the lead? And then what did I do? I came on and said, stop it. Stop it. It's laughable. And what do? They lose 2 straight games and they fire their coach. And everybody got excited as they beat the Patriots 24-3. Get out of here. And now same thing. Everybody got excited about Pittsburgh. Stop it. The Pittsburgh Steelers 3-2, 2-game losing streak. You heard it here first. This is on Tuesday. We're recording it. This is October 8th. We're recording it here. Russell Wilson will start this game coming up. I am breaking the news, Big Ree. This is a breaking alert. ace bomb here. Russell Wilson will be announced as the starting quarterback for the Sunday game against the Raiders. This has not been broken anywhere. You can tweet this out, Big Ree. I'm telling you now, Russell Wilson will get the nod. Okay? Breaking news, boys and girls. Here on Tuesday, October 8th. Nobody's reported this yet. I'm breaking it here. And then Monday night, Chiefs beat the Saints 26-13. Chiefs looked really good, Big Ree. What can I say?
Yeah, nothing to say here.
Without Rashee Rice and just Schuster looked like he just came back in, and Kelsey looked really good, and Worthy looked good, and Mahomes just throw any 3-4 guys out there and he gets them the ball.
Yeah.
And Saints look like crap. Everybody figured out the Saints were a pretender.
And now the car broke down. It's back in the repair shop.
Is he out? Is it for sure? Is he out?
Multiple weeks.
Wow. Yeah.
It's in the repair shop.
Yeah. I mean, everyone said, oh, Clint Kubiak, and are they for real? They put up 91 points, and we figured out that was not the case. They beat the Panthers, and then the Cowboys, and everyone got really excited. Yeah. Even I got excited. I was like, oh, crap, these guys could be for real. But we figured out quickly. All right, Big Ree, let's get into, let's get straight into the food trying segment.
So we got extra flaming hot straight from Mexico.
And before we really get into the food, we start rip this open. Extra flaming hot. I want to give a shout out to everybody that came to the meet and greet in Vegas. We appreciate it. So they're red chips. Holy crap. Big Ree, I can't handle super hot stuff, so you got to try it and let me know. Extra flaming hot. Imagen relativa el sabor.
No, it's not that spicy. Good.
Les vas a poner. Que las vas a poner. This is straight from Mexico. I mean, for sure, Mexico. Commercialized. What part of Mexico is this from? Ciudad de Mexico. Bosca de las Lomas. What do you think, Big Ree? You're going for the water. You're going for the water. You sure I can go
spicy, in? Yeah. I just need water when I eat like something. It's salty.
No,
I'm good.
Javi? Extra flaming hot, bro. You gotta get a few more. Extra flaming hot, but these you can't get these anywhere unless you go to the small little markets. They're good though.
Yeah.
They're not super hot.
They're not.
Extra flaming hot. Maybe they'll kick in. Some of these kick in late. Look at that right there. You see the picture?
I think that's what you use for the Toasty Locos, maybe?
Toasty Locos, bro. They got the shrimp on top, the cucumbers, the onions. Well, the chilies. Get some more. Big Rees for fire. We gotta enjoy these, man. This is the best part of the show, man. I can't wait every time we got some food we're gonna try, and I have to get through the first 30 minutes before we can try this. Real quick, Big Ree. I mean, these are good, and I want to take a little bit to eat some of these. But you're a gym guy.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the gym a lot. I go to the gym, trying to start hitting it up more. One thing I wanted to ask you, so I go on the treadmill, I'm doing interval running, right? Like, walking for like a minute, running for a couple minutes, walking, running, whatever. And then I've been seeing a lot of guys, they're walking on the treadmill backwards.
Yeah, me too. I see that all the time.
So
I don't get that.
What is it all about?
We got to ask Bruce or Double A.
But you don't have any idea.
No, I see it all the time too.
Because I'm trying to figure out, are these guys just trying to look cool? Like, hey, I can walk on the treadmill backwards?
Double A told me. I forgot what it was, but I forgot because I asked them.
If somebody's a fitness guru or just kind of understands, please comment. I'm very curious. I think it's just for show. Because honestly, you see them walking backwards and they're just looking around everybody. It's like, dude, get out of here. What are you doing walking backwards? But I guess maybe there's potentially some kind of, some type of benefit. I don't know.
All right, we're going to get into the shout-outs. The first shout-out is for Jay Money Shot. To love the show, guys.
All right, shout out to Thomas Maggio. He said, Ace is the GOAT. Thomas, I appreciate it, brother. I do this for you guys. And, you know, I want to win so badly. And I want the whole DGF fam to just clean up, cash those tickets. So, trust me, boys, this is serious stuff. This ain't no joke.
Shout out to not a Biden fan. Said, kick the volume down when munching.
Sorry, brother. Right at the time when I'm munching it, you have to bring that up. These are so good, bro. Sorry, man. You got to take in Big Reef.
Shout out to Abudi. He said D Rose is a legend. He's a winner, no question.
That's right, Abudi. That's right, Big Reef. Did you hear it? D Rose is a legend and a winner regardless. No question. D Rose is the man. Purple bag, red writing, extra flaming hots. You guys got to get this. This is the real deal, Big Ree. You got to take over, man. I got to.
Shout out to Brent. He said this 5 days ago. Said 100% Salah will sink, and the Jets, he is not up to it.
That's right, Brent. Brent called it.
Yeah.
And once again, I want to give a shout out to everybody that came out for the meet and greet. It was a great meetup. Super happy, good turnout, great to enjoy. Nothing like being in Vegas at the Sportsbook, Black Tap restaurant that's right, you know, you got a whole view of the Sportsbook, eating all the appetizers and the drinks and just enjoying all those 4:30 games. We got to do it again, but I really want to get one done in LA, so we'll talk about that. Remind me again, I want to announce that in between picks. Anything else, Big Reed, before we get
let's get into the picks.
All right. Without further ado, here we go, boys and girls. Aquí vamos, chicos y chicas. Let's go. All right, game one on the docket. We got the Washington Commanders at the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are a 6.5-point favorite. Washington, 4-1, coming off a 34-13 win versus Cleveland. They completely dominated Cleveland, Big Reef. 434 to 212 yards. They're on a 4-game winning streak. And 4 games winning streak after that 37-20 loss to Tampa Bay in week 1. Jaden Daniels, 77% completion. That's unreal. In NFL, 1,100 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, only 300 yards on the ground, 5.3 yards per carry, 4 rushing touchdowns. So he's playing great. Is he a legit MVP candidate? No, absolutely not. The fact that they're winning and he's playing pretty solid, but let's not get into that right now. Not even close. They have the number 5th ranked offense, averaging 392 yards per game. We got Baltimore 3-2, coming off a 41-38 overtime win versus the Bengals. They put up 520 yards, Baltimore did, but they gave up 442 yards. And they were down 10 with 5 minutes left. And then they came back. Lamar, 26 for 42, 348 yards. 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, Big Ree. But they let Joe Burrow go for 30 for 39, 392, 5 touchdowns, interception. So they didn't play well. They're on a 3-game winning streak after that 0-2 start where everybody panicked. They lost to the Chiefs and then the Raiders. But here's my thoughts here, boys and girls. First of all, Jaden Daniels is not Joe Burrow, and it's not even close, okay? I know they went to the same school, but it's not even close. On a passing game, it's not even close. Secondly, Washington is on the road here. Third, they're going up against the number 1 ranked defense in Baltimore on the road. Rookie QB in Jaden Daniels. He's still a rookie. I don't care how good they're doing. And here's the big kicker, boys and girls. Washington has the 22nd ranked rush defense. And they're going up against Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson. They're going to get eaten alive in Baltimore, boys and girls. Don't get fooled This is my lock of the week. Go heavy. I'm taking Baltimore -6.5. All right, game 2. We got Arizona at Green Bay. Green Bay is a 3.5-point favorite, Big Ree?
I thought they were 5-point favorite.
Oh, they're 5. You're right. They're 5.5-point favorite. Green Bay is a 5.5-point favorite. Arizona 2-3, coming off a 24-23 win versus San Francisco. This was a great win. They shut out San Francisco in the second half. I don't know when's the last time San Francisco got shut out in a half. I don't even remember. James Conner is playing well. Kyler Murray is running the ball well. They have the number 4th overall rushing offense. Kyler Murray, 68% completion, 972 yards, 7 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions on the season. And he's playing well, rushing and passing. Honestly, the only bad loss on the seasons were to Buffalo and Detroit. And both of those are pretty good teams, right? Like solid teams. Bad loss to Washington, right? Other than that, but Washington technically is a 4-1 team. We got Green Bay 3-2 coming off a 24-19 win versus the Rams. They honestly should have lost this game. The Rams blew this game. They had multiple opportunities, couldn't convert on 4th downs. The Rams blew this game at home. And once again, let's look at Green Bay. They're 3-2, but they have wins versus Tennessee, Indianapolis, and the Rams. All those 3 teams are 4-10 combined. I mean, come on. Quarterback Jordan Love, 56% completion, 873 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions, guys, in 3 starts. 7 interceptions in the last 4 starts. 7. And here's my big point of this game. Green Bay is 3-2. 3-2. And that's with them leading the league in takeaways. They have 14 takeaways, and they're still only 3-2. That's insane. You have 14 takeaways, and you're only 3-2? It's insane, boys. Don't get fooled again. I'd really like Arizona to cover. I'm taking Arizona plus 5.5. All right, game 3. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Pittsburgh 3-point favorites here. Pittsburgh 3-2, coming off a 2017 loss to Dallas. They're on a 2-game losing streak after a 3-0 start. They have not scored over 24 points all season long. Justin Fields is playing solid. You know, when he was named the starter when Russell Wilson was injured, but this is a big problem here. I don't think Justin Fields should be a starter right now. I think if there was no Russ behind him, it's different. But you got Russell Wilson there. I think Russ needs a start, and I'm predicting it already.
Dangerous?
I think Dangerous is going to get the nod here. Your Ace Bomb breaking the news. This is being recorded on Tuesday night Pacific time, and I think Russ is going to be named the starter here.
Yeah.
You don't want to go down. You don't want to be 3-3, Big Ree.
Yeah.
So I think you get this win versus the Raiders, you're 4-2. It's a big difference. 4-2 and 3-3, 2-game difference. Here's the big thing. Najee Harris. Shout out to Bruce. Najee Harris screwed our boy Bruce. Screwed somebody in the group. Big time. Najee Harris, the guy had 14 carries for 42 yards. He's averaging 3.3 yards per carry. 3.3 yards per carry? I mean, what the hell is that? This guy, Najee Harris, was 9 yards away, cost somebody a same-game parlay of $1,000. 9 yards. Guy's at 42 yards. It's a joke against a Dallas defense that's missing Micah Parsons. And yeah, then we got the Vegas Raiders, 2-3, coming off a 34-18 spanking by Denver. The team, like I said, the team isn't matched. Minshew got benched. Devontae wants out. Antonio Pierce has lost the locker room. They don't respect him anymore. This team is a complete mess in typical Raider fashion. They always do something. They always make desperate moves they always make desperate moves, and this team is a complete mess. They have 3 double-digit losses. 3 double-digits losses, and then 1 win versus Cleveland, who sucks. And that was a 2016 win. They barely beat a horrible Cleveland team. And then an absolute miracle win versus Baltimore. Miracle win. This team is horrible. They're number 1 in turnovers. They have 9 turnovers on the season. This team is just going to be really bad. This season's already lost there. Your running back is Zamir White. Your best receiver is tight end Brock Bowers. You got Aiden O'Donnell, who's not even. This guy's the 3rd string QB. He's not even a backup QB.
I just want to be clear. Gardner Minshew is better than Aiden O'Connell.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. Gardner Minshew shouldn't be a starter either. They don't have a starter on their team. And that's the Raider organization. Why didn't you guys go out and get a qualified starter? I guess they wanted to gamble with Minshew, but if you want to gamble with somebody, why not go and trade for Trey Lance? Why not go and get a young Zach Wilson? Get somebody that maybe, can put it together.
Yeah.
Why are you going and getting Gardner Minshew?
I agree.
I think Gardner Minshew could just be a really solid backup player for a lot of teams. And this guy could have for the next 10 years, be a solid backup.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're in a complete mess. Look, boys and girls, this is an easy one here. Pittsburgh is going to win this game. Las Vegas is throwing it in. I like Russ to be the starter in this game. I'm already dropping an ace bomb that he's going to be announced as starter. Pittsburgh wins easily. Russ stays on as starting quarterback moving forward. And so I'm taking Pittsburgh -3. And really quickly, we had a meetup in Vegas this past weekend. We're planning in the next few weeks to have a meetup in the Los Angeles area. This is our home base. So if you're from LA or anywhere in SoCal, comment below. If we set up a meetup, food will be on us. We'll get the venue rented out. So few tables, food and drinks will be on us. And we just want to get a count on who's interested, who would show up. So comment below. We're a few weeks away. So comment below, boys and girls. All right, Big Ree, let's go.
All right, the first game I got is the Jaguars at the Bears. Jaguars coming off their first win versus the Colts, had a game-winning field goal. Bears coming off a 36-10 win versus the Panthers. As Ace mentioned, Caleb Williams is finally waking up, getting better throughout the games. DeAndre Swift is playing well also, and wide receiver DJ Moore. And rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. for the Jaguars played well. He balled out. Trevor Lawrence played pretty good. And as Ace mentioned, as great as their offense played, their defense played terrible. And this is an easy one at home. They're not going to be able to handle the weather. The Bears -2.5 is the lock of possibly the month. Definitely a lock. The second game I got is the Chargers at the Broncos. Chargers coming off a bye week. Broncos coming off a win. 2-game winning streak. Chargers are the better team here. Everyone's going to be hyped on the Broncos since they're on a 2-game winning streak. I'll give them their props. As Ace said, we didn't expect it, but everyone's going to be on the Broncos, and we're going to go the other way. Justin Herbert's going to have a big game. The over-under here is very low, too. I heard it's one of the on the lowest. It's 35.5. So we're going to take the Chargers -3.
Bam.
The last game I got is the Lions at the Cowboys. The boys coming off a primetime win versus the Steelers, and the Lions coming off a bye week. Lions are the better team here. Dak did not play great last week. He played okay. I'll give him credit. He got that clutch touchdown. He deserves a lot of credit. And if you saw in the game, CeeDee Lamb got mad at him. He was pretty pissed. He wasn't getting the ball. When your top wide receiver ain't happy, it's not going good. And running back Dowdell had a pretty big game, so he did a lot there. And I think the Cowboys have a better defense, but the Lions' offense is just very dangerous. I'm going to swallow the 3 and take the Lions -3 here.
Okay, Big Ree. It's going to be a juicy weekend. I like the picks here. I like the slate. Can't wait. Comment below if you're down for a meet up in LA, and join the membership to support the channel. Thank you for everybody that's joined. Get your merch. Comment below, like and subscribe to the channel, boys and girls.